Hi Libra, happy February. I hope you're doing well. Okay, I read guys' houses, so for the other half of the story, look for Aries and see, because it's funny, it has a similar, it'll have to make sense to you depending upon where things are for you, but it's got a very similar kind of flavor of like, okay, I surrender. I've been beat to crap by this life experience, and now we need to figure out from the inside first how to get this train going in a better, healthy, self-loving, long-standing path is, I think, what you're doing here. Okay, you come in with the Wheel of Fortune, which is who you really are, right? It's the ups and downs in life, and that's what this is. But at a certain point, right, it's like, enough with the downs. I need some ups. But you roll with the punches, I guess, is where I'm going with that. That's what that card would interpret. That I roll with the punches, and I go with the flow, right? That's a good card, right? But how you're being perceived here is the Eight of Cups. Right? So maybe you go with the flow a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like you're either too willing to do things that you shouldn't be, or you're too easygoing. You're not putting enough boundaries around things. You're not making sure that things are worthy first. You know what I mean? You need to get off the fence and be, I suggest, maybe more decisive about what you're letting in and what you're giving out. And is that in whatever way balanced to you, in whatever that is, whatever balance is to you. Okay? Because in the past here, you've got the Strength card. Okay? That is a card of strength, but it's a card of, again, spiritual power. It's spiritual power first. It's internal. It's not screaming it from the rafters. It's composure over yourself. And with that Wheel of Fortune, you may have it, but it may be, I feel like you're just not there. You know what I mean? Like you're checked out of, people are looking, and it doesn't so much matter, what people are thinking, but sometimes we need to take it into account. If someone is saying, is something going on, because you appear very aloof, you know what I mean? And if they're genuinely interested or whatever, take that as constructive criticism, because it could appear that, if this is in a work arena and your boss is saying that, you want to pay attention, because it's kind of saying they don't think you're in. You're kind of like, not, can we count on this person or can't we? That would kind of shoot you in the foot from a business perspective. But again, I think that doesn't really matter at this moment, because I feel what you're doing here is you're really critiquing some things internally, so that life is not such a teeter-totter. Life is not such a Wheel of Fortune. You know what I mean? You've got, even when life is outside of your control with the changes, you've got enough security, stability, resource, skill to get you through the lean times. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that won't end you back with the Fool card. You know what I mean? We don't get to the World card and thank God, I've got stability, I've got this, I've got health, I've got whatever. And then one thing comes through and it pulls you right back. With sustainability, that won't happen. And that's kind of what I think you're doing here. But for now, for this reading for February, I would suggest that it's internal stuff that you're doing here. Okay? I think to your body, again, I really feel this with this here is your body may be saying, I can't, your flesh may be weak, but your spirit is not, your soul is not. You can go the distance here, because you've got a few cards here that you've got 3 of the same cards that Aries had, and they're in future positions, and they're in things that you can do that are attainable, but you just need to maybe know behind what you're doing, why you're doing it. And you need to be first and foremost there, and not in an egotistical kind of backdoor kind of deal way, but you need to check in with yourself and then check in with other people. You kind of need to put yourself first here, okay? Because I feel like you really feel defeated here. There's just and you've got cards coming up here that would recommend that too. It's just, this is life has kicked the crap out of me, right? And I think we're all feeling that now. And to be honest with you, I have to say, I think it's all about how we handle what's on our plate and really just letting things go that don't matter. And that's 99.9% of the shit that we carry around. It really doesn't matter. Seriously. So that, I think, is what you're revamping here. Because what's really anchored here, the distant past, is the Hermit card. And that's a card of really needing to know how to shut yourself down, right? When to take a break, when to stop talking when there's deaf ears. You know what I mean? You're wasting your energy, you're just not you don't have the right audience maybe, right? But this is a card of saying, I know when to step out of something here. And you are, right? You are. This is Eight of Cups is wanting more. It doesn't mean you're leaving anything in your life. It just means I want more than this. And internally, that void is barren land. And it needs to be filled with something more. And that's faith. That's whatever the higher power in your life is. It's, again, like I say, your body may be taking a hit, but your spirit is in there saying, rah, rah, shish, boom, bah. So you can do this. All right. Now, the origin of this whole reading for you is this Four of Cups. It's be open to messages. Be open to hear things with your heart. Like, really shut the mind down and really listen, because you're being offered here something. It just may not come in the form that you want, or it may not look like you want, but you're being given a gift here. This is not a card of, it's a card of two cards here, Crown your reading and Anchor your reading. It's a card of just being quiet, going deeper, asking the right question. Seek for something here. This is internal that you're looking for, though. Okay, because in the present, you've got the Ten of Swords, and this card sucks. There is no way to nicely say that this feels good, because this card is a card of how you feel. But the good news is it is a 10, right? And you can pull yourself out of here, because there's a change coming here. That Wheel of Fortune is a card that it's out of your control, right? But it doesn't always mean the things that we're offered opportunities and choices all the time. But how are you choosing? Right? The Wheel of Fortune, don't let it scare you as like something's going to force you to do something. No, but something in your life will change that's kind of going to poke you in the ass, and you say, this kind of hurts. I don't want to do this anymore. And with that 10, you're done. You can't. You don't go back from there. That's a card that really, it's too much, right? It is, though, in the future position. Take this person out of here. The Ten of Swords is a great card for business success. Take this picture out. That's why I'm not thrilled with decks of cards. Ten of Swords in playing cards is a really good success card. So if you get your mind right and you get your body healthy, because it needs to cart you around, you know what I'm saying? So get that in alignment with what your spirit wants, what your soul wants, bridge them, and then move your train forward here. But this is, again, I need to take a break with the Four of Cups, and I need to start listening and not talking. I need to really hear where my guidance is coming from. Because it won't shout over things, right? Okay. Now here, this is where you're going and how you have to go about it. How you need to take this stance here, the undertaking that you're on. And again, it's having patience, right? It's having patience, really realizing that things don't always happen over time. And again, this is a 7. Aries got this card too. I just don't remember in what position. Aries has this card, so check that also. I think you're just, the lifestyle that you're living is not working, period. And the good news is, with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, because that's you in this reading, who you really are. You know that you need change. You know that life will change and that circumstances aren't always this way forever. So you're good at that. So you're wanting more. So how other people see you is, and it really doesn't matter, but the good thing is that, you know, you've got your eye on a bigger prize than is sitting in front of you, right? Because this, it's just not, you want more than this, okay? All right, with the 7, though, money will come, finances will come, health will come. It's just going to take time. It's going to take a process, and you're going to need to be accountable for it, though, too, because the 7 is, again, I know when to hold them and when to fold them. I know where to put my energy and where not to put my energy, right? It's a little bit at a time, and having faith in that. 7s are all about having faith, and that road is straight and narrow. You won't get there any other way but through faith, really. Okay, now, the means that you need to do, the attitude that you need to adapt to get this train moving here is the 6 of Wands, okay? Choosing the right battles. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying with this card, it's about, I'm doing this because I know it's best for me. And I'm not running over people here, right? I just know that I can't be of help to anyone else anywhere down the line if I don't put the mask on myself first. And this is a card of recognition, accomplishment, financial gain, anything that you want here. This card is, it's a 6, though. You've got to believe in this. You've got to believe in, will you move a mountain for it? That's what it kind of really means. Are you open to it? Do you think you deserve it? Are you worth it? Right? These 2 cards can very much, you know, you want to move the train here, but do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your skills? Do you believe that you can do it? Will you do it? Do you want it? Will you move a mountain for it? That's tough. It sounds easy because I'm giving you the reading, but it's hard when you think about that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in, right? But the 6 is, you will have a reward there. You're just going to have to trust that what's coming may not look, taste, smell, anything like what you started out, but it's better for you. It's divinely guided for you, okay? Now, this is your external environment, okay? And how it affects you and how you react to it. Pretty much how these came in, right? These are the things in our lives that come up that, you know, we react or are affected by. The Queen of Swords, self-mastery, okay? But keep your wit about you. Be open to things. Don't let life's hard times suck the life out of you, because I think that's where the internal stuff is coming from. Trust in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Again, this is a card of like inner mastery. It's like, I can do this and I don't really need to impress upon anyone else why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing this because I have to do this, because this doesn't work. And the Queen of Swords, she'll pull it through. It's self-mastery. You will do what you need to do. When the chips are down, you'll do what you need to do. But you've got to be doing it for yourself first, I feel here. Okay? The future card is the Page of Swords, right? You may need to get a skill. You may need to see the bigger picture. You may need to be smart about what you're going to step into and what you're not. See the drone view of things before you commit to them. Anything. And that's what I feel you've got here. I think change is coming. I think it's an internal change. The 8 of Cups is an internal change. It doesn't mean you leave your life or you're walking away or anything like that. The 8 of Swords is, I want more than this. Right? But you're going to have to, I feel, make room in your life here to let the good stuff come in and to get rid of the things that aren't working for you. The questions. Will you hold space for it? Will you put a boundary around it? Will you move a mountain for it? Do you believe in it? Not what it will look like. Do you believe that you can it's knowing yourself enough to know, will I put the work into it? Do I have the energetic whatever that it's going to take? In other words, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of energy past 3 o'clock, you're not going to want a job that is 20 hours a day. You know what I mean? Sometimes to get out of the gate, you need to put a lot of stuff in like that. But if you know that your body capacity can't do that, your energetics just won't allow it, you need to critique this to that. That's all it's saying, because you'll have victory here. It's just really, really taking account of what you're physically, mentally, emotionally able to do, right? Otherwise, you could end up looking like this. But it is a card of victory, but you don't want to look like this. And this is what's sitting here. So you already do, right? But if you maybe stop trying to change the people around you and you focus on yourself, right? You're gonna do well here. Look at it this way. I feel that if you do the opposite, everything opposite of what you're doing now, internally, your world will change. And that's what I feel, where I feel this takes place, because this Page of Swords, that's new. That's brand new. It's a new way of looking at something. It's new energy. It's new vitality. It's new ideas. It's new though. You may need to get some skills. You may need to go back to school. You may need to change something here about something. You've got a lot of cards that are heavy, but the Strength card really shouldn't be so easily passed off as just the Strength card. This is, I've been to hell and back, and I know how to do this. And I know that I am divinely connected here. This is balanced energy in, it's balance. It's harmony. It's realizing that, you know what? I've got it. I've got a handle on this. And that's in the near past. And again, I think that you're tired. I really do think like your body is showing you signs here that it's tired. But again, you can get through this. You're stronger than this. Again, though, like I say, I don't mean to keep harping on this, but you've got cards here that say, if you're someone who doesn't believe in a higher power, I double dog dare you just to try it, and you'll see. Just try. Just ask for guidance. Ask for a way to do something. Ask for a way out. Ask to be shown something, and then pay attention, and you'll see it. Because this is a card here that, you know, the Hermit card, I feel too in here, I really feel you're pulling on wisdom. And it may be wisdom from like lifetimes past, right? And it will set you free here, I really feel. But it's internal stuff here. There's power in this. I can't discount this. There's wanting more with the Eight of Cups is one thing, but if you don't put the work in yourself and realize that, you know, start over. This is a card of resilience, resilience, resilience. And you can do it. Okay? It's just doing it for you, from your own place. You know what I mean? And then showing up in the world. It's not, this reading is not doing it for someone else. If you're not putting yourself front and foremost in here, you won't do it, because there's a heavy energy in here. Okay? But I will say this, if you do it, you'll feel better, and you'll get more energy, and your body will heal, and your soul will heal, and your spirit will heal, and you'll be very, very successful in your life, whatever success is to you, right? But you've got to hear these two cards say, if I play my cards right and invest in myself and I do it for the right reason, you'll get recognition too. People will start to notice the difference in you, and you'll open doors for yourself. With Aries, like I said, it's important who you're surrounding yourself with. Surround yourself with people that are going in the direction that you are. Okay? And that's what you've got here. You've got a lot of mental energy here. I would take advantage of it, but do it in a way that you're not depleting yourself. Okay, that's what I've got. I think it's great. If I can help you in any way, reach out to me. We can look at this in a private reading. Okay, thank you so much.